We're going to pivot and talk a little guards after a quick word from FanDuel. You guys know I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop, but as the dog days of summer get deeper and deeper, we get fewer and fewer games, and the sports just aren't sportsing like I want them to, but FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app and dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right, there's something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Jason, you and I were on the panel yesterday. G, you were with us, and we all said the Guardians, well, they got to split the doubleheader. And that did not pan out. They lost both games. Man. The losing streak has now extended itself to 5 games as this Minnesota series creeps up over the weekend. We're going to preview the Minnesota series more in-depth tomorrow. I kind of want to focus on what went wrong yesterday.
Man.
But we did not get a great Ben Lively start.
Yeah.
Carrasco did what he could, but it wasn't enough, and it's a disappointing series sweep to the Diamondbacks.
Man, it was so crazy, Jason. I got back to the spot before I could even get there. I'm like, they got smoked quick too.
You talking about the first game?
I'm like, dang, the game over. That's Bleacher Report talking about. Guardians lose game 1. I'm like,
2 hits. Me hit you. You hit the floor.
That was crazy.
It was bad. I looked up. You know how when I see Ben, like I said, oh, for sure they gonna win the first one. I don't know about the second game, but they definitely gonna win the first one. Yeah. And I checked the score. It's like it's 4-0. Talking about some they've been no hit through the first 4 innings. I'm like, oh
yeah.
Then they tried to make some noise at the 5th. I think that's when Josh hit the home run. I think they ended up scoring 2. So I'm like 4-2. I'm like, all right, we back in this thing.
Nope.
Yeah, it just bam. They gave you that little light, and that was it. It just went straight down from there. And they like, we'll catch y'all on the next game, and then the next one was just like.
It's funny because baseball's so unpredictable that we all sat here and said, got to feel good about the first one with Lively, probably lose the second with Carrasco. And I'm sitting here thinking baseball's so wacky, it'll probably be the reverse, and they lose with Lively and win with Carrasco. And again, we don't have power, so I didn't see the game, and I was dealing with the roof and the tree and everything else, but I was trying to follow on my phone. And they lose the first one. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, there you go. They'll come back and win.
That's what I thought.
They lost the second one. It's like, oh, my God. It's 3 games in the loss column.
And we was talking about, we made an error. The graphic said they was 3.5 ahead of the Twins. And they were like, oh, it's actually 4. Okay,
the Twins lost yesterday too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so that helped a little bit. But, man,
it's just like that, like, they mind is on Minnesota. Like, you know what? Like, they done forced us into this doubleheader. The ones that matter the most is tomorrow.
By the way, look at Kansas City.
I know. You see that? they won't die. And they is not going to die. Bobby Witt Jr. is not having it.
Are we? And I'm going to ask y'all, are we running out of gas? Because they have to start winning these series and putting some space between these cats, man, because
we thought it was over with.
No, they're not going away.
Yeah.
We see what they're getting. They're getting some sort of production at the plate, and I think it's like, okay, we're counting on that now. But when it comes to these innings, bro, these guys is getting 3 innings, bro. It might as well be 3, 4 and a third.
They really need Alex Cobb and Matthew Boyd to give them a little bit of a lift in the rotation.
He playing this weekend, ain't he?
Cobb's pitching tomorrow, I think, right? Cobb's tomorrow.
Cobb's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boyd had a very good start in the minor leagues yesterday.
Yeah, he did. I don't care. He's not any good.
Listen, I got to see it. I want him to be like Ben
Okay,
Lyman.
well, when you see it, you come let me know.
Tell
me how it
What
goes.
day is he pitching?
Cobb's tomorrow.
No, Boyd.
He hasn't been called up yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Listen, I hope he just if he can keep you in the game for 4 innings, that's a win.
You know what? He gonna shock you.
I hope he does.
He gonna come out there and get 6 strikeouts.
Hey, I hope he does.
and I'm gonna look at you like.
But then he's got to do it again 5 days later.
Well, yeah, that might be a concern.
This may sound like a dumb question, but why if you in the bullpen pitching 2 innings every single game, why does that make you tired?
Give me
you
what
pitching
mean?
as hard as you can.
Say for instance, I was like, yo, I got 2 guys, right? So I'm always fascinated by pitching rotations. Say your starter can only give you 4 innings, right? But I got 2 guys in the bullpen, right? And I'm gonna throw them every other day. And one guy come in this day and throw 2 innings, and then another guy come in the next day and throw 2 innings, right? Mm-hmm. And these are the guys that I'm gonna rock with no matter what for 2 innings to get me to like the 6th or 7th inning, right? Mm-hmm. Why is it that like if you're a bullpen arm, why would your arm get tired?
Well, if you're throwing 2 innings, you're probably throwing 35 pitches,
right.
30, 35, 36, 38 pitches.
Right.
If you're doing that every other day, that's a lot. That's a lot because you're doing. Let's just run the numbers on that. So if you're going to do that every other day, you're going to appear in about 80 games, 81 games if you stay healthy all year. And if you're doing that, and probably, and that's you would lead the league in appearances or be close if you're throwing 80 appearances. And if you're throwing 35 pitches 2 to 3 times a week, that's 70 to 105 pitches. It's a starter. Like that's over taxing.
So
pitch count matters more than innings.
The innings.
How many pitches does it take you to get through those innings? So you can throw a guy 1 inning, you can burn him 2 days in a row. You can even stretch sometimes to 3 days in a row. They don't ever throw him 4 in a row. If you go 3 days in a row, you're definitely down on that 4th day. And a lot of times they don't like stretching guys even to 3. If you go back-to-back days, a lot of times you're down on the 3rd day. Just because of you're getting up, you're getting hot. That daily use,
right.
You're not throwing every single day. They don't want you throwing every day.
Yeah, that plus you got to warm up and you're ramping it up, like, and then you got to that makes sense when you think about it. So yeah, like they gotta figure out what's going on with these starting pitchers, man.
They need a lift. They definitely need a lift from Cobb especially. And listen, he very well may get blown up Friday. He hasn't thrown a competitive pitch in 16 months.
Don't say that.
So, but I'm just saying,
it
would be bad timing if it's Friday against the Twins. Obviously, you want him to pitch well. But if he gets blown up, it doesn't mean it's a bad trade. He's not going to help him. It means you just got to be patient, let him round into form a little bit. But I am really curious. I'm high on Cobb. I'm much higher on Cobb than I am Boyd.
When is Gavin pitching again?
This weekend. Saturday?
Yeah, this weekend.
Saturday? Sunday?
It's supposed to be Saturday, correct?
Because he got blown up.
I feel like this with the Twins is, to me, ain't this the most important series that they've had so far?
There's 3 games.
It's 4 games.
It's 4 games? Oh, they can take the league if they sweep
it's
the
a
thing.
make-up doubleheader. The game got rained out earlier, so they're playing a doubleheader on Friday,
keep
then
forgetting
Saturday
that.
and Sunday.
Oh,
Do they have more with them? They have to see them again in September, don't they?
I will look
This
that up
isn't
for
it.
you, but I got to get a reading because our guest is here. So I want to make sure I get this next topic in before we bring in our guest of the day.